Ramaphosa, when he delivered the State of the Nation address in February, that's why he said, in 100 days there must be agreed a comprehensive social compact to address these matters. Nothing has happened. Nothing. Yeah. Here are the problems that are facing the ANC. It's the habit of telling lies. There would be people who would want to exploit the condition of our people and behave as Umgodoi behaves. But it will be very, very important that we should be vigilant so that we don't have Imigodoi taking charge of our lives. I don't think the ANC understands that reality. It is true that you have got many greedy people, many corrupt people. If I ask the question, why is the ANC, which marginalized people as we are saying, why is it behaving like this? I say to the ANC comrades that when you say I must go campaigning next year, to say to people, vote ANC. How am I going to do that? To say, vote ANC. When I know very well that the branch of the ANC in this constituency is led by a criminal. You can't. It's not possible to go and say vote ANC for a criminal.
Under the president of Ramaphosa, people said to have been confident that Ramaphosa was going to take this country. There is a research here about over 66 or 65% of people said that they were confident that Ramaphosa was going to change this country for better, right? That's just one aspect. But there's another aspect, ne? So Ramaphosa then had about 100 days achievement mark, right? So in this 100 days, some of the things that Ramaphosa said to have achieved in his first 100 days in his office was to improve ESCO. That is something that was said to be noticeable. That no, Ramaphosa has done well. Some of the things that it said that Ramaphosa has achieved, which I'm gonna talk about in a short while, was unemployment and all the stuff. To set that under Ramaphosa, people were gonna get jobs. Jobs were improving under Ramaphosa, right? And this is the research, guys. It's here, right? And then there was this thing that is said to have been happening under Ramaphosa. It is said that investors were confident that, you know what, Ramaphosa is going to change the economy for better. And indeed, it is said that investors' confidence skyrocketed under Ramaphosa. But I'm going to ask you this question. Can you really say the man has done as they portrayed him? Because that's at least the only positive thing that I've found so far about President Ramaphosa. There's nothing positive that I've found. I'm busy doing a research in terms of that. One of the things that we've also noticed is what Mpegi said. Mpegi was clear, right? Was clear on the matter that this guy, no, is not supposed to be in the office. And he's got a reason. Jacob Zuma was clear on the matter. So in other words, all the former presidents were against Ramaphosa from the beginning. They have been against Ramaphosa. So I'm about to unpack, provided that you're interested. If you are interested, then please stick around. As you stick around, there are a few things that I'm requesting from you guys, and those things are: number 1, subscribe; 2, like the video; 3, comment in the comment section below. Also, 4, you need to watch the ads. 5, you need to watch the video until the end. 6, you need to share this video. We are on a journey to 50,000 subscribers, and I can confidently say we are gonna get there, right? So you need to participate. The journey begins with you. Take this video to 100,000 views, and it is possible, right? Provided that you participate. Now let me unpack this. I'm gonna read this article. Please do not mind me going down or looking down. I've just given you a bit of a highlight as far as Ramaphosa's history, right? There was an article that was released on the 26th of May 2018, right? It was on Saturday. It talks about the 100 days, what Ramaphosa did. What did President Ramaphosa did look in his first 100 days in his office. Right. Having said that, the article was released by it's called what? South African News, sanews.gov.za. It begins by saying President Ramaphosa sees the end of the first 100 days at the Union Building. His scorecard is a mixture of optimism in the future of the country, compelled with harsh economic realities, wage strikes, tax increase, and runaway food prices. Right. Then let me give you this research then, because this is where probably you and I are interested, or this is what you are interested to know. It said, according to that report, it said that his approval rating of it's got an approval rating of 65%, is on par with that of his predecessor, President Thabo Mbeki and Jacob Zuma, at a 100-day mark. Both Mbeki and Zuma scored 66 and the other one 68. So that means the achievement of Jacob Zuma was 68%, things that he achieved in 100 days in his office. Mbeki, it was 66%. Ramaphosa, it was 65%. Now, just this, now let me read this and then we've got a discussion. His approval rating is of 65%, is on par with that of his predecessor, President Thabo Mbeki and Jacob Zuma, at the 100-day mark. Both Mbeki and Zuma scored 66 and 68% respectively by the time they've reached their 100-day in the office. Number one, right there, you heard Ramaphosa saying that he spoke about 9 wasted years under Jacob Zuma, right? But you're looking at the things that he achieved on his first 100 days on his office. It's equivalent to 65% when you compare it to that of Jacob Zuma. So there's that 3% gap, because Jacob Zuma was 68%, so he performed up to 68%, right, in his first 100 days. So there's that 3% gap. But I want to explore this. I want to do a bit of a research. I want to make sure that I get the overall research of Ramaphosa. It's been difficult so far to get the numbers, to get the stats, and get the articles that are going to sum up the work of Ramaphosa, and just trying to find out what he has done in his office. But then, whilst I'm busy doing that research, let me also take you back into what people thought of Ramaphosa. Ramaphosa was perceived to be, back then, was perceived to be the messiah that was going to take South Africa out of poverty, out of the 9 wasted years. Now, there was a survey that was done into how people perceive Ramaphosa. This is what it says. The SA Citizen Survey says on South African attitude towards political leadership and the direction in which the country is moving, had found that 65% of its respondents were satisfied with Ramaphosa's local President Ramaphosa, right? Also, it is conducted once a month by Citizen Survey, and it is based on face-to-face interview with the national representative. Sample of 1,300 responded on topic including politics, economic, social issues, and food. All right. The survey found that 65% of respondents felt favorably inclined towards Ramaphosa in March, up to 57 by February. So you can see the decline from the day they decided to do the research, and Ramaphosa has been declining in terms of favor from 65% to 57%. But let's continue. Almost 2/3 of the respondents thought he was doing a good job. Some analysts agree with the sentiment, adding that President Ramaphosa displayed his business acumen and listening skills in the face of economic pressure during his first 100 days of his office. We think that President has moved quickly to address some of the low-hanging fruits that needed improvement, but the jury is still out whether the President will have the necessary support to address the harder issues, said University of Stellenbosch Bureau of the Economic Research, right, senior economic Hugo Binar, right? So they were optimistic. They said that he was going to save the country. Okay, no problem. We say no problem. Business Unity South African Chief Executive Tanya Cohen agreed, saying the election of President Ramaphosa had been a notable contributor to the revival of business and investor confidence in the country. The Rand Merchandise Bank Business Confidence Index jumped by 11 index point from 34 in 2017 fourth quarter to 45 in 2018 first quarter. The organization describes such a big increase between quarters, a rare, adding that since 1975, confidence increased by 11 index point more only 15 occasions, right? So in other words, people were very much pleased to see Ramaphosa coming in. They were confident. Business people were thinking that this is going to be the Messiah that is going to rescue the economy. I'm going to also talk about things that he said to have achieved, right? Don't worry, we'll get into that one. Now, let's start with the most noticeable achievement that he achieved in the first 100 days into the office. It said that most notable achievement of President Ramaphosa in his first 100 days in the office has been the intervention of state-owned entities, SEO, like Eskom, SAA, where he has been seen as a new broom sweeping away years of corruption and maladministration. Now, I am here going to ask you this question. Do you really believe that indeed the man has been sweeping corrupt people, or he was sweeping people that were not eating with him? That's the first question that I want to ask. He has also pushed through a new minimum wage, moved in to address the challenges of South African Revenue Service, and appointed investment envoy to bring in more than 1 trillion rand worth of investment into the country. The intervention of the SOEs comprise of the finalization of turnaround strategies with a specific focus on mandate positioning and market development and strengthening of corporate government structure and the stabilization finance. Now, I'm going to tell you something. Let me look at some of the achievement. Let's go in. Eskom intervention prevent possible load shedding. The president just said Eskom, where President Ramaphosa put in place new board, the intervention had a direct impact in the stabilization of the electricity supply while mitigating the effect of load shedding. The measure also included the appointment of the SEO as CFO, sorry, I said SEO, CEO and CFO. So that was said to be one of the things that Ramaphosa was going to do as part of the things that, as part of, what can I say? As part of what we call it intervention and stabilizing the country and bringing the economy into a point where it is stable. However, there is somebody that once said that we were optimistic about Ramaphosa, but the problem is that we have never looked at his record. We have never looked at the companies that Ramaphosa owned and look at the performances of such companies. Had we looked into such companies, we will realize that though he's painted as a successful businessman, but in fact Ramaphosa is not a successful businessman. In fact, they said most of the businesses that Ramaphosa have operated, they have gone down, right? So there's nothing out of ordinary that he possesses. But yeah, I know a lot of people will say, Bongs, what are you saying? Yes, I've already said that. Another thing, I will not be shocked if I hear that the ANC have decided to terminate their relationship with Ramaphosa as the president. Because as of now, the NEC is meeting in Bombay.